What's up, guys? So in this video, we're going to do a deep dive regarding Ripple and XRP and kind of dive into more of how it works, what they're doing, and so you guys have a better understanding of what you're invested in and kind of the technical aspects surrounding the coin and the fundamentals. So we got the coin XRP. It's at $1.21 right now, and its market cap is $57 billion. Its fully diluted market cap would be $121 billion if the max supply of 100 billion coins was in circulation. So there's a max supply of XRP. It's capped at 100 billion. And right now there's only 47 billion of those coins in circulation. And then the company Ripple actually has the remaining supply. So around 53 billion XRP the company Ripple holds, and they locked it up in escrow. So that just basically means when you lock something in escrow, you can't touch it, and they set it up in a way to be released like the first of every month. But they came out and said that they're not going to be selling any on the market. They have it released and then they put it right back into escrow. So that gives it that like supply shock, kind of like when Bitcoin goes through the halving and there's less Bitcoin on the market, by Ripple locking up more than half of the supply and then never, selling it or on the market and locking it back up. That keeps the supply very capped and low. So that's all good. And then we have over here, its all-time high was at $3.84, and right now we're at $1.21. So we got about like 3x to go to hit those all-time highs, and then we can, the sky's the limit. All-time lows was in July 7, 2014, around 0.002 cents per XRP. So, the floor is just constantly rising each year being in the crypto market. So now let's dive in. So let's look at some of their investors. So Ripple, the company, I'll go back to it here, has received a total funding amount of close to $300 million, right? Their lead investors consist of some of the biggest names when it comes to investing and venture capitalists. So you got Jesse Powell. He's actually the CEO and co-founder of the exchange Kraken. Not sure. I know some people use it, some might not, but that's big. And then we got Avant Global, Tim Kendall. Let's see what he does. So I don't see much here on that moment. I guess that was like a technology company. So he was an investor. And then you have Vast Ventures, Lightspeed Venture Partners. That's a big venture capitalist firm as far as crypto goes. And then you have Pathfinder, All Blue Capital, Digital Currency Group. That's a huge one because Digital Currency Group is basically at the epicenter of all the investments around the exchanges. Like they own Coinbase, they own Kraken, they own some of these other exchanges that are the big names. And they also own a lot of, or invested in a lot of solid cryptocurrency projects. And they have a lot of people that from the Digital Currency Group that were involved in the government, involved with the banks, Goldman Sachs, and went to Ivy League school. So Digital Currency Group is a venture capitalist firm to watch out for. And then you got Andreessen Horowitz. So Andreessen Horowitz, huge venture capitalist firms, one of the early investors into like Facebook, Uber, Google. And this guy, Andreessen Horowitz, started the company Netscape back when the internet was around. He started that, sold it, and then he started a venture capitalist firm. And now he's leading the investments in this new kind of Internet 3.0 wave right now. So he's someone to look out for. Then we have IDG Capital, Google Ventures. So Google is invested into Ripple. Camp One Ventures, Pantera Capital is another huge venture capitalist firm when it comes to crypto. And then you have Hinge Capital, Camp One Ventures, IDG Capital, Core Innovation Capital. And then we have, this thing keeps popping up, huh? Then we have Digital Currency Group again. We have AME Cloud Ventures, Core Innovation Capital, CME Ventures. So that's the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And that's kind of like the NASDAQ or like the New York Stock Exchange, one of those. So we have a traditional stock exchange invested into Ripple. So that's big too. Then we have Seagate Technology. That's a big company. And then we have Route 66, Third Stream Partners, Knights Enterprise Fund, CME Ventures again, multiple times. Then we have Standard Chartered Bank. That's a huge bank in London. And then we have huge bank in Japan, SBI. It's the biggest one in Japan. Morrow Capital, Abstract Ventures. So many funders, everybody wants a piece of the action. Blockchain Capital, huge venture capitalist firm for crypto. Accenture. So Accenture is they provide like consulting, digital technology operations. That's a huge company as well too. They're an investor into Ripple. Seagate again, CRCM Ventures, Hinge Capital, SCB 10X. So SCB 10X, that leads me to believe, because SCB Thailand is the central bank of Thailand. So it looks like the central bank of Thailand has a venture capitalist arm that invested into Ripple as well too. Then you have PMT Ventures, Tetragon Financial Group, Route 66, SBI, 10X Capital, and Adam Morley. I'm not sure who that is. But big names when it comes to their backers. We have Google Ventures, we have Accenture, we have CME Ventures, we have Santander, their venture capitalist arm as well too. We have SBI, Andreessen Horowitz, huge names when it comes to their backers. And that's what's something I'm looking for when I'm going about finding a crypto to invest in. So then we got more investors here on their website: Accenture, Andreessen Horowitz, CME Ventures, that's the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, Core Innovation Group, Google Ventures, Santander Innoventures, SBI Group, Digital Ventures, Seagate, Standard Chartered, Tetragon. Big investors. Then here's their leadership team. Brad is the CEO of Ripple, member of the board of directors. He was the president of consumer applications at AOL. And prior to that, he held various executive positions at Yahoo. And then he piloted this thing. He currently serves as the board of directors of Outmatch and held board positions at Ancestry.com and Tonic Health. Then we have David Schwartz. He's the chief technology officer at Ripple. David's one of the original architects of the Xrp Ledger. Prior to joining Ripple, David Schwartz was chief technical officer for Webmaster Incorporated, a Santa Clara software developer. He developed encrypted cloud storage and enterprise messaging systems for organizations like CNN and the NSA. So known as Joel Katz, he is a respected voice in the digital currency community. Then you have Christina Campbell, Chief Financial Officer at Ripple, over 20 years of experience in finance operations and business strategy with a focus on fintech and payments. She was the CFO of Pay Near Me, where both the businesses, She also had several roles at Green Dot, and she was the management consulting firm Bain & Company and investment banker at Citigroup. Then you have this lady, Monica Long. I'm not going to dive into all that. And same with Ashish Birla. And then we have Eric Van Miltenberg. He has senior positions with high-growth startups, Fortune 500 companies, including Adobe, Yahoo, Hightail, RedSwish, Work.com. So they got some big people with very big credentials on their team making this happen. So their general counsel, he's been general counsel to CIT Group, HSBC, also to American Express. So they have good leadership. Their board of directors. So Chris Larson, board of director, co-founder of Ripple. He served as CEO of Prosper, a peer-to-peer lending marketplace, and eLoan, a publicly traded online lender. During his tenure at eLoan, he pioneered the open access to credit scores movement by making eLoan the first company to show consumers their FICO scores. Then you have Susan Athey, professor in economics at Stanford. Let's see here. She taught economics department at MIT, Stanford, Harvard. And then let's see what else in there. She advises governments, businesses on the design of auction-based marketplaces, notably since 2007, serving as a long-term consultant to Microsoft Corporation in a variety of roles, including chief economist. Then we heard about Brad Garlinghouse, the current CEO. Then we have Anja Manuel, former diplomat, author, advisor on emerging markets. Let's see. She authored This Brave New World, India, China, and the U.S., published all this stuff. She was an attorney, and she worked in London, all that good things. So then we got here. I think we can skip through that. skip through this as well too. And then we have Sandy O'Connor, recognized financial industry expert, thought leader with a career spanning more than 30 years, deep capital markets she has ties to, balance sheet, risk management expertise, and she retired as the Chief Regulatory Affairs Officer for JP Morgan Chase, where she set the firm's comprehensive regulatory strategy and led engagement with the G20 policymakers. Prior to this role, O'Connor held several senior leadership positions at the firm, including Global Treasurer and Head of Prime Services. She was also the chair of the Federal Reserve Board's Alternative Reference Rates Committee and is a former member of the Treasury Markets Practice Group, sponsored by the Federal Reserve Bank in New York, and she's on Ripple's board. Then you have American Banker, yep. So we got all that. And then we got Rosie Rios. Rosie Rios is over 30 years of unparalleled experience and expertise in public policy and investment management. She served as the 43rd Treasurer of the United States and was the CEO of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing and the U.S. Mint, including Fort Knox. This lady that's on Ripple's board, she was a Treasurer of the United States. She was in charge of securing the U.S. Mint, including Fort Knox. Huge. So she also initiated and led the efforts to place a portrait of a woman on U.S. currency for the first time in over a century. Upon her resignation in 2016, she received the Hamilton Award. She was the longest-serving Senate-confirmed Treasury official, beginning with her time on the Treasury Federal Reserve Transition Team in November 2008 at the height of the financial crisis. Following her tenure, she was appointed, all that stuff, all those good things. So that's a little bit of board of directors, leadership. They're investors. So they have some good heavyweight people on their team making this happen. So let me go back and we'll start to read. So instantly move money to all corners of the world. Discover why hundreds of financial institutions choose Ripplenet to provide a better payments experience and enable greater economic opportunity for everyone everywhere. So they're trying to be the Amazon of payments. So a new era of finance, Ripplenet. It makes it easier than ever. Ripplenet makes it easier than it's ever been to run a high-performance payments business. With the most advanced blockchain technology for global payments, financial institutions are able to expand into new markets around the world and even eliminate pre-funding by leveraging the power of XRP through Ripplenet's on-demand liquidity service. Together with our customers, we are building a more inclusive financial system where more people and small to medium enterprises have access to better financial services. So, yeah, guys, like whenever I'm looking into investing into a coin or, a blockchain company, I want to see a product that is going to provide real world value that, has a solution that to a problem that's going on in the world, where they offer blockchain as a solution for it that utilizes the cryptocurrency within that solution. There's some companies that are a blockchain company that has a cryptocurrency, but they don't use the cryptocurrency in their blockchain solutions. So it's more of just like a mechanism for them to get funding instead of actual real utility using the coin within their systems, where that utility will drive the value up of the coin. So that's what I'm looking out for. Then we got the power of Ripplenet. Decentralized infrastructure. It takes 3 seconds to send a payment. Modernized messaging, 100% transparency, and liquidity solutions, $0 in pre-funding. So let's go down here. So download the Future of Central Bank Digital Currency report. Central bank digital currencies will play a critical role in the new modern global financial infrastructure. Blockchain technologies will undoubtedly underpin. Look at that confidence. Look at that confidence. We have CBDCs will play a critical role in the new modern global financial infrastructure. Blockchain technologies will undoubtedly underpin. That's what I've been saying. We're invested into these coins, these cryptos, and new technological innovations that you can buy a direct piece of that will underpin the new financial system. This is the greatest opportunity of all time. So Ripple's new report provides central banks with a framework for implementing central bank digital currencies and guidance for ensuring global interoperability, the cornerstone of success for central bank digital currencies. In my daily news report today, I'd mentioned about that keyword interoperability and how important it is. So you want to get into the coins that are interoperable with others. So look how easy it is. All right, now let's see here. Let's go to Ripplenet. So join the hundreds of financial institutions on Ripplenet. We have Bank of America, American Express, Banco Remitento, Lemonway, Lulu Exchange, Azimo, Neom, Santander, SBI, the Central Bank of Thailand, Tranglo. A ton of people on this. Then we have get the Ripplenet advantage across 55 plus countries and 120 plus currency pairs. So Ripplenet is available, all in the blue, and that on-demand liquidity is available with the green. So Australia, XRP, and that on-demand liquidity product that they have is already live. Same with Mexico. Wait until this whole map is lit up with that green. That's when you're going to see XRP at over 1,000. So superior customer experience, improve loyalty for your business by offering the best in-markets payment experience to your customers, modern infrastructure, leverage cutting-edge blockchain technology to streamline payment services and reduce costs, unique liquidity solutions, eliminate pre-funding and free working capital with on-demand liquidity, simplified network partnering, expand your network and reach key corridors easily by connecting and transacting with premier receivers in key markets. So yeah, Ripplenet capabilities, we went over that. So Banco Santander's OnePay FX expands international payments business using Ripplenet. $450 million worth of transactions already gone through it, euros. European and American countries 6. Ripplenet helps us directly address the issues of speed and transparency around international payments raised by our customers and making sending money abroad better. Santander. So see how Ripplenet works. With the single connection, access the best blockchain technology for global payments, payout capabilities in 40 plus currencies, on-demand liquidity as an alternative to pre-funding, and operational consistency through a common rulebook. So let's watch this video.
At Ripple, we've talked a lot about the Internet of Value, our North Star of enabling money to move like information does today. But how does the Internet of Value translate into banking? It starts with your customers. Your customers' payment demands are changing, and the Internet of Value plays a large part in delivering on those demands. Across retail, SME, and corporate customers, as well as the emerging wave of platform-based businesses, they are demanding global transactions that are seamless, real-time, certain, and cost-effective. Yet today's global transactions fall far short of those expectations. That's because the current payments infrastructure is a patchwork of centralized networks, legacy technology, and different payment rails. It's disparate. The technology, systems of record, messaging, and rules are different from one network to the next. It's slow. It takes an average of 3 to 5 days to settle across the numerous intermediaries. It's error-prone. Failure rates are high and data flow between intermediaries is poor. And it's costly. Processing costs are high, an average of $25 to $35 for each payment. The downstream impact of these problems provides a subpar experience that's driving customers from your bank to fintech providers that can provide a better customer experience. We're solving this with Ripplenet, which is the cornerstone of enabling the Internet of Value. Ripplenet is a global decentralized network that brings together a diverse ecosystem of payments players for the first time in history. Let's look at what could be the fully realized future state of Ripplenet. Network members process payments through real-time settlement with bidirectional messaging. With Ripplenet, banks and payment providers can process payments more efficiently through the pre-validation of every transaction to eliminate failures and through rich data attachments for every payment. It also provides payment certainty through the pre-disclosure of information prior to settlement to eliminate failures, and through atomic settlement that provides pass-fail processing across all intermediaries to avoid settlement-like risk. Network members can also source liquidity through access to an on-demand pool of liquidity through digital assets. Ripplenet provides the ability to lower liquidity costs by being able to source liquidity on demand and reduce the amount of nostros required to make global payments. For network users, again, these are corporates, SMEs, small banks, and other payment providers, Ripplenet provides a standardized API-based interface to originate payments through their banking partner. They can access across networks globally. They can send payments on demand in real time. They can attach rich data, like invoices, to any payment. And they can gain complete visibility into payment status and delivery timing. Ripplenet is solving the inefficiencies of today's inefficient payments networks. It's standardized. The technology, APIs, rules, and governance are consistent across the network. It's fast. The technology provides real-time settlement and bidirectional messaging. It's certain. Atomic pass-fail processing eliminates payment failures. And it's low cost. High STP rates and flexible liquidity provisioning lowers processing costs. Ripplenet is the first step towards bringing the Internet of Value to life through one frictionless experience to send money globally.
Huge stuff, guys. This product, Ripplenet, and the service they provide, nobody's offering it. It's only the reason why it's so innovative, and how the reason why it's just so game changer is because blockchain technology being utilized to solve these issues is so new. Like, it's, blockchain and like crypto in general is not even more than 10 years old. Bitcoin's 2009, so it's a little more than 10 years, but all these other coins, they weren't around back then. So less than 10 years of time, with crypto and blockchain here. So they're utilizing this new technology and building this service that is going to make money, anything of value, move instantly, like a text message today. It's so huge. It's the Amazon of payments they're trying to be. They want all the money to flow through their on-demand liquidity product, which utilizes XRP. So Azimo is a company they're partnered with, and the average time to settle payments into Thailand, 22 seconds. It usually takes days, 3 to 5 days, sometimes 5 to 10 for cross-border. Rackbank, average go-live time for a new Ripplenet partner, 2 weeks. It only takes them 2 weeks to go live through their product. Money Match, 40% reduction in cross-border payment costs on Ripplenet. They were able to save their customers 40% in costs. And if they're sending billions of dollars through, that's a lot of money to save. So that's good. Then you have what I've been talking about, the ISO 222 standard. So evolve to meet the new global standard. The world is converging on a new global standard for modern cross-border payments, ISO 222. To help enable this next step in global interoperability, that keyword, and meeting the evolving needs of our customers, Ripple is now part of the ISO 222 standards body, the first member focused on distributed ledger technology. So big, because if you looked at the past newsletters like a couple days ago, and just all throughout the weeks, I've been sharing you the timeline of when this ISO 222 standard is going to be implemented. So we know the timeline. We know that when this is going to happen and when all these upgrades are going to happen. And right here on Ripple's website, they're the first member focused on distributed ledger technology, a part of this ISO 222 standards body, the global standard for cross-border payments. So we know what that is. So ensure operational excellence. Ripplenet security capabilities are SOC2 certified. Systems and organization controls 2 are a set of internal control reports which ensure service organizations have the appropriate process in place for secure data management and processing. So that's big because that just shows that they have the best security when it comes to their products. And these governments and these central banks won't use their product if they don't have this certification. So by them getting that, it just proves that they needed it to be able to provide for their big clients, the central banks and governments. So we have that right there. And then, so that was Ripplenet. We'll dive into on-demand liquidity. So free working capital with on-demand liquidity. Deliver instant cross-border payments without pre-funding. So I wonder if they dive into the problem here of why that is important. So how on-demand liquidity works. So I'll just run through it real quick. Basically, for cross-border payments, if I'm a bank in the US, right, like a JP Morgan in the US and there's a JP Morgan in Europe, the JP Morgan in Europe needs to hold US dollars in its accounts. And then the JP Morgan in the US needs to hold euros in its accounts. So that money is just sitting there. It's not doing nothing. It's called no-shro accounts. And they hold that money there, so when somebody goes to make a cross-border payment, they now have that currency on deck to do that conversion. So they're just waiting around. They have trillions of dollars locked up in these no-shro accounts. I believe it's 68 trillion. Let's look at that. No-shro accounts, and it's called correspondent banking, because these banks need to hold correspondent banking relationships with each other, and they have these no-shro accounts. So let's run through it. So no-shro and vo-shro are two different names used to describe the same bank account. The terms are used when one bank has another bank's money on deposit, typically in relation to international trading or other financial transactions. Both banks in the venture must record the amount of money being stored by one bank on behalf of the other bank. The terms no-shro and vo-shro are used to differentiate between the two sets of accounting records kept by each bank. So no-shro, vo-shro are variations of the Latin words that means hours and years. We can skip that. So no-shro and vo-shro are terms that describe the same bank account. The terms are used when one bank has another bank's money on deposit. And then we can go down here. So a no-shro account is a reference used by Bank A to refer to our account held by Bank B. No-shro is a shorthand way of talking about our money that is on deposit at your bank. The no-shro account is the record of the bank that has money on deposit at another bank. These accounts are often used to simplify settlements of trade and foreign exchange transactions. So no-shro accounts differ from standard demand deposit bank accounts in that they are usually held by financial institutions and they are denominated in foreign currencies. So vo-shro account, your money is the same kind of thing here, but the account is a record of a money owed to or maintained by a third party, typically another bank, but it can be either a company or an individual. Banks in the UK or the United States often hold a vo-shro account on behalf of a foreign bank. The vo-shro account is held in the currency of the country where the money is on deposit. So basically, that kind of goes to what I was saying about Ripple's new product that came out, the Liquidity Hub, and that X Pool product. So instead of now holding right here all those different no-shro accounts and all those different foreign currencies to be used for settlements, to simplify settlements of trade and foreign exchange transactions, now they don't need to have all that money tied up. They can pull it into XRP, and then when they need that on-demand liquidity, they're able to access it instantly instead of having trillions and trillions of dollars tied up in the bank accounts, which can now be unlocked and used to actually provide economic growth and real growth in our economies, and naturally, organically recover our economies back instead of printing more money. So we have here. So let's look at an example. GT Bank, a Nigerian bank, gets a lot of money sent to its customers at home from the United States in the form of remittances. So since GTB Bank does not have a physical presence in the U.S., it enters into an agreement with Citibank where the latter has an account remotely open for GT Bank in U.S. dollars. This way, money received by U.S. customers and businesses sending money to GTB Bank or account holders in Nigeria will be deposited in the account that GTB has with Citibank. This money deposited will then be transferred by Citibank via SWIFT. So we'll get into that. The GB Bank's U.S. dollar account Nigeria. SWIFT refers to the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, a member-owned cooperative that offers safe and secure financial transactions for its members. With the transfer complete, GDP receives the dollar-denominated funds, converts them into the local currency, and deposits them into the local account of the recipients. See how clunky that sounds? There's just so many people in between, right? So that's why through SWIFT, it's just so clunky and slow now, because you have all these intermediaries in between doing their double checks manually, and that's what Ripplenet is solving. It's cutting out, and that's what blockchain and DLT, distributed ledger technology, solves. It cuts out the intermediaries and the middlemen, and you can effect settlement instantly for basically virtually no cost, because there's no middleman or companies or people in between. It's just the software that's doing this automatically. So from GD Bank's perspective, its US dollar account with Citibank is a no-shro account. From Citibank's perspective, it's holding a vo-shro account in US dollars. So for both no-shro and vo-shro accounts, the domestic bank, the bank that's holding the account, acts as the caretaker for the account, is sometimes for the facilitator. So no-shro accounts with debit balances are considered cash assets. Contrarily, vo-shro accounts with a credit balance are considered liabilities. Computerized accounts allow. Okay, we're good with that. So we know what that is now. And basically, that's what we're talking about. Working capital. So they have all this tied, locked up capital in their bank accounts to fund these cross-border payments. Now they can free that working capital, pull it into XRP, and now have on-demand liquidity whenever they need it. So deliver instant cross-border payments without pre-funding. So innovative financial institutions are thriving with ODL, on-demand liquidity. Uses on-demand liquidity for faster international payments into the Philippines. Ripple's ODL solution has significantly reduced the cost and delivery time for cross-border transfers, and our customers are seeing the benefit. Free up working capital and get ahead of the competition. Pre-funding accounts in destination markets ties up capital that you could be putting to work growing your business. Through the on-demand liquidity service, Ripplenet leverages the digital asset XRP as a bridge between two currencies, allowing you to eliminate pre-funding of destination accounts, which is those Vostro and no-show accounts, reduce operational costs, and unlock capital. So let's see how much money is tied up in these no-show Vostro accounts. I'm not even going to lie. I've learned so much about the banking system and just how payments work. And I've never been into this. It's just getting into Ripple and XRP. You start to learn about a lot about the banking system, how payments move, and things of that nature. Stuff you would never be of interest before. But because when you really find out what Ripple's doing, what I'm trying to show here now about how crazy and just like innovative their product and XRP and their service that they're providing is, and you see how the traditional banking system works versus their product, it's like game changer. Your eyes are like wide awake seeing that, wow, they have this one and only innovative solution that will really solve this real world problem. And we're talking about problems that are in the $27 trillion. So this is as of 2015, so it must be more. So there's no such thing as dormant funds in banking. So although the amount of interest banks pay each other for Vostro balances has fallen dramatically since the advent of near zero interest rates, balances in no-show Vostro accounts are higher than ever. McKinsey says at the end of 2015, no-show balances worldwide exceeded 27 trillion. Crazy. We're talking crazy money. So that was the end of 2015. So now it's probably looking around like 60 trillion. So $60 trillion locked up in all these bank accounts, where Ripple is coming in with their on-demand liquidity product utilizing XRP to now have that money be pooled in together into it via their new product called the Liquidity Hub, launching early 2022. And they're going to be freeing up that working capital and putting that money into better places rather than just locked up in bank accounts. So liquid, eliminate the need for pre-funding accounts, fast, send payments instantly around the world, affordable, get best in-market pricing on exchange rates. Go Lance, okay, we have all that. So how on-demand liquidity works. Ripplenet customers can use XRP to bridge two currencies in as little as 3 seconds, ensuring payments are quickly sent and received in local currencies on either side of the transaction. So you have the sender. So the sender sent someone US dollars, which on the back end of the system was converted into XRP, which then was converted into the Philippine dollar there, or that might be the peso. And this whole process right here happened in 3 seconds, where that US dollar was converted into the peso utilizing XRP for 1,000th of a penny of a cost. So very, very cheap. And in 3 seconds, very fast. So Ripplenet customers can use XRP to bridge two currencies as little as 3 seconds. Then the receiver gets it, and then they can give it to whoever they needed it to. So why use XRP then? So XRP is ideally suited for global payments because it is quicker, less costly, more scalable, and sustainable than any other digital asset. So then we have that again, streamline your payments, take advantage of the world's most innovative liquidity solutions. Let's learn more about XRP now. So XRP, the best digital asset for global payments. XRP offers financial institutions the fastest, most reliable option for sourcing liquidity on demand. Then we have, what is XRP? XRP is a digital asset built for payments specifically. It is the native digital asset on the Xrp Ledger, an open source, permissionless, and decentralized blockchain technology that can settle transactions in 3 to 5 seconds. XRP can be sent directly without needing a central intermediary, making it a convenient instrument in bridging two different currencies quickly and efficiently. So how is XRP used? Faster, less costly, and more scalable than any other digital asset, XRP and the XRP Ledger are used to power innovative technology across the payment space. Ripple is focused on building technology to help unleash new utility for XRP and transform global payments. Third parties are also pursuing other XRP related use cases. So we just learned about Ripplenet. Ripplenet customers can use XRP for sourcing liquidity and cross-border transactions instead of pre-funding, ensuring instant settlement, lower exchange fees, and more efficient use of working capital. Then you have RippleX. So RippleX is Ripple's open developer platform for money. Through RippleX projects, developers leverage XRP and its underlying technology and use cases from micropayments to e-commerce to exchanges and peer-to-peer services. XRP and the XRP Ledger are open source technology that anyone can build on. So how does the XRP Ledger work? The ledger is maintained by independent participants of a global XRP community, of which Ripple is an active member. Independent validator nodes, so just independent, say, companies or organizations or institutions that run this computer program, which makes them a validator of transactions going through on the network. So independent validator nodes come to an agreement on the order and validity of XRP transactions. This agreement, called consensus, serves as final and irreversible settlement. The ledger reaches consensus on all outstanding transactions every 3 to 5 seconds, at which point a new ledger is issued. Anyone can be a validator, and active validators on the ledger today include exchanges, and financial institutions. There are currently 36 validators, and Ripple runs 6 of them, which means that they own 16% of the validators on the network. So that means that XRP and the XRP Ledger is decentralized. You'll hear a lot of people say that XRP is a centralized coin, but actually it's shown here that it is decentralized. Ripple could go away right now, and all these other validators on the network could still secure the XRP Ledger, and the XRP Ledger and XRP would still continue to exist. So benefits of XRP and payments. Fast. Payments moving across the XRP Ledger settle in 4 seconds. Transaction settlement time. Shorter is better. So Bitcoin takes around an hour to send Bitcoin to someone. Litecoin, it takes 10 minutes. Ethereum, 2 minutes. And it takes XRP 4 seconds. 4 seconds. So scalability. So these are all the things I'm looking at when I'm trying to invest into a coin. And this just goes to show how Ripple's laying it all out there for you. They're giving you all the key things you want to know. They're being specific because they know they have the best product out there. A lot of crypto coins, you go on their website and you have no idea what they do. They're laying it out in nice, succinct fashion, getting you to understand the benefits of XRP and their products. So we got transaction settlement time. We went through that. Scalable. So XRP consistently handles 1,500 transactions per second, 24/7. And can scale to handle the same throughput as Visa. So they could actually go up to 65,000 plus transactions per second, XRP. And that's as of July 15, 2019. So it's probably way more now. And then I actually saw, and I'm going to look it up right now so I don't forget. So yeah, I'm just going this. I'll get back to this one, but let me go back to here. So yeah, 65,000 transactions per second. And then Bitcoin can only do 3 to 6 transactions per second, and Ethereum can only do 15 transactions per second. That is why the Ethereum network is so congested and why you end up paying so much in miner fees when it comes to using Ethereum or using the decentralized Coinbase, so the Coinbase wallet or Uniswap or some of these other ones, because Ethereum, it's not scalable. So the network gets so congested, which means that miners will have to work harder, so they want more of a fee when it comes to that. So distributed. It's run by a decentralized network of 150 plus validators globally. It's stable. So XRP's 7-year track record of stable technology and governance makes it ready for institutional and enterprise use. I'm looking for enterprise use coins. I don't want any coin that's going after some small potatoes. I want the institutions. I want those enterprise solutions, because now we're talking big money. And then established in 2012, it has negligible energy consumption. All ledgers closed without issue since its inception. There's been 67 million ledgers closed or transactions flowing through this since it's never had a problem. It's always closed the ledger without any issue since its inception, which gives it that track record of sustainability, and it's stable and it's really ready to rock in the institutional world. So dedicated team of world-class engineers. It's also eco-friendly. So there was a lot of drama about Bitcoin being not good for the environment, in May. That's what caused, the dump to happen with China saying they're banning Bitcoin mining. So eco-friendly, the XRP Ledger settles XRP transactions instantly without the energy costs associated with proof of work or mining. XRP metrics, settlement speed 4 seconds, transactions fee. Look at every time you send XRP, this is your fee. Like tens of thousands of a penny. It's virtually nothing. Then 1,500 transactions per second. Big stuff, big stuff. Then you have the XRP Ledger, community powered utility, scalable, sustainable blockchain. Yep, so we got stuff on here. So this is a website you can look at, xrpl.org. Talking about the XRP Ledger, you can look at some of these features that it offers. This is more for developers wanting to build on the XRP Ledger. So you could build a decentralized exchange on XRP. So a high-performance decentralized peer-to-peer multi-currency exchange built directly into the blockchain. It's a part of its native blockchain. And that's what some of these central bank digital currency news I've been sharing about the MCBDC arrangements, or multiple central bank digital currency arrangements. Kind of seems like that'd be the case, the multi-currency exchange built directly into the blockchain. Then we have cross-currency payments, atomically settle multi-hop payments that cross-currency or national boundaries with ease. Payments channels, so batched micropayments with unlimited speed secured with XRP. Multi-signing issued currency, so you can issue a currency on there like an IOU. So all currencies other than the XRP can be represented in the XRP Ledger as issued currency, sometimes called IOUs. And that's what's needed for banks. That's already in their software. So XRP developed their blockchain and services and their product to be a perfect fit for banks, and that's what they're going for. So they have a defined use case, and that's what you love to see. So then we go down here. So explore what the community is building to enable new features and use cases on XRPL. Smart contracts. So XRP is going to have smart contracts, which is the same functionality that makes Ethereum so good. So smart contract is like the selling point for Ethereum, and now XRP, given all its features of being so cheap, scalable, sustainable, and low cost, now it's going to have smart contracts. So those fees that you're seeing with Ethereum wouldn't be the case for XRP when it has the smart contracts implemented within its system. It'd still be 1,000th of a penny of a fee. So I'd rather pay that than a couple $100, because using Coinbase Wallet and Uniswap, spend a lot of money on fees. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs, so lower fees, faster transactions, custom token functionality make the XRPL ideally suited for building an ecosystem for NFTs. Then you have sidechains. So extend, experiment, specialize a custom sidechain based on the XRPL's proven blockchain technology, all that good stuff. So then you have a couple of these we'll go through. So what is Ripple? Beginner's Guide for Understanding Ripple. So when people think Ripple, they may immediately think of the XRP cryptocurrency. However, Ripple's business, technology, and ecosystem are not completely synonymous with XRP. Although Ripple does harness the XRP coin for certain use cases within its ecosystem. So what is Ripple trying to solve? The progression of technology has significantly changed the speed and ease at which information moves globally. The movement of money, however, has remained comparatively more cumbersome than, say, the transition from letters to email. Cryptocurrency has provided significant improvements in the area of value transfer, but crypto in a general and broad sense lacks level of compatibility with traditional money systems. By harnessing blockchain technology, Ripple aims to help quicken and smoothen the arena of money transfer. So it is important to note that although the Ripple company harnesses the XRP Ledger and XRP coin in various capacities, the XRP Ledger and XRP coin are independent of the Ripple company, according to ample statements and material issued by the company itself over the years of operating. So Ripple's the parent company, and they utilize XRP and the XRP Ledger within their software and their services. So history of Ripple. Originally a money transfer platform known as RipplePay, initiated by software developer Ryan Fugger in 2004, Ripple as it functions today is the result of a journey of transitions and developments over the years. A number of people have played influential roles on that journey, including Jed McCaleb, Arthur Brito, and David Schwartz. The triad of engineers opted to look outside of Bitcoin to build their own solution following Bitcoin's launch in 2009. So these were some of the original developers of Bitcoin. Jed McCaleb was the original developer of Bitcoin, Arthur Brito, David Schwartz, and they saw the flaws from Bitcoin from the jump. So they decided to look to their own solution following Bitcoin's launch in 2009. The result, they came up with XRP and the XRP Ledger, which went live 3 years later in 2012. So XRP is actually the second most oldest coin when it comes to, like, Ethereum came out, I believe it was like 2015, 2016. So XRP is even ahead of that. So McCaleb, the founder of the now defunct Mt. Gox exchange, left Ripple in 2014, going on to co-found Stellar Lumens. So the original co-founder of Ripple and XRP left, and he started Stellar Lumens, XLM. And previously, Ripple CEO Chris Larson now holds the position of executive chairman and for Ripple's director board. And okay, so XRP coin hit significant price highs around $3 per coin in early 2018, up considerably from trading below the 5-cent level in early 2017. 2019, a Series C funding added $200 million to the Ripple company for its endeavors. In December 2020, regulatory uncertainty surfaced regarding Ripple. According to a complaint made by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Ripple sold XRP to investors in the U.S. and the global public as part of an unregistered security sale that garnered over $1.3 billion. Since the cryptocurrency industry is new compared with traditional finance, the regulatory status of crypto assets has surfaced as a topic of discussion over the years. The CFTC, or the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, has expressed a view of Bitcoin and Ethereum as commodities, although classification has been foggier for other digital assets. As per the SEC's movement against Ripple, the commission alleged XRP to be a security, which would then fall under the SEC's jurisdiction, and a petition came forward from a group of people that bought XRP, citing arguments for XRP's classification as something other than a security. Ripple has argued that the SEC's action came too long after the creation of XRP, because remember, XRP came out in 2012. They knew about this the whole time, and then they decide, 9 years later to sue them, or 8 years later? Doesn't make sense. So Ripple has argued that SEC action came too long after the creation of XRP, and that other U.S. government agencies have given XRP a classification other than that as a security. So I believe it was the Department of Treasury has already came out, or FinCEN, so the Financial Crimes and Task Force, they already had slapped Ripple with a lawsuit back in 2015, and the result of that was, they paid the fine, but XRP was labeled a currency by them. So now you have the SEC 6 years after that coming out trying to do it all over again. So Ripple, its core areas of business. So banks use the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, which is SWIFT. We've talked about it a lot. So that's the system to process international transactions. While this is effective, there are increased costs and operational overhead compared with what may be possible with newer technologies. Through a number of solutions, at its core, Ripple essentially aims to provide an efficient system for the direct transfer of money that settles in real time. That's not possible today. The only way that's possible is through distributed ledger technology and blockchain, and Ripple's at the forefront of the solution for that. So for direct transfer of money that settles in real time while being cheaper, more secure, and more transparent than any other transfer systems employed by traditional financial institutions, Ripple pushes a narrative that it calls the Internet of Value, or IOV. According to this narrative, Ripple believes that people should be able to transfer money and information at the same speed. Think of being able to send money at speed similar to sending a text message, for example. So Ripple is a company focused on advancing the world of payments, which has historically proven to be clunky and fragmented. Multiple branches and solutions exist under the Ripple brand umbrella: Ripplenet, the XRP Ledger, the XRP Coin, and RippleX. Ripplenet, a global network that financial institutions can use to transfer money more quickly with greater transparency at less cost through a unified system, as opposed to the fragmented traditional ecosystem banks have historically worked with. Ripplenet requires the use of just one application program interface. Ripple also formerly has products called Xrp, Xcurrent, and Via. Those were now rebranded as one whole thing as Ripplenet. So the XRP Ledger is an open source blockchain on which the XRP coin runs. XRP is the native asset of the XRP Ledger. The XRP Ledger and the XRP coin run independently of the company Ripple, although Ripple uses both for various solutions. Also abbreviated to XRPL, the XRP Ledger serves as a blockchain on which parties can construct solutions similar to the Ethereum blockchain. Fluctuating United States dollar value, the XRP coin is also an asset traded on crypto exchanges. XRP is used in various capacities in Ripple's ecosystem of solutions. So although we're speculating and investing into XRP, just, so we can make money for the price to go up. So there's going to be price appreciation from speculators and people, speculating and that the price will go up. And also the price will go up from the value that and the money flowing through it. So XRP is used in these various capacities in Ripple's ecosystem of solutions. So with all this money transfers and money flowing through it, that is going to increase the price of XRP as well too, on top of the speculation. And then there'll be a floor. It's like filling a bathtub with water. It's just slowly rising, and all of a sudden it's at the top and it's pouring out. That's what's going to happen. So RippleX serves as a platform touting blockchain-based solutions that interested parties can use for their various value transfer-based use cases. The platform looks to serve as an easier method for harnessing blockchain-based solutions, as opposed to interested parties building their own solutions from scratch. RippleX utilizes the XRP Ledger and aims for simplicity in terms of mainstream compatibility. Two other protocols exist under RippleX. Interledger helps with payments compatibility when multiple different systems are involved. Interledger enables interoperability, and interoperability is so important. PayString works to simplify payment addresses. So how does the XRP Ledger work? The XRP Ledger does not employ a proof-of-work algorithm, as seen on Bitcoin's blockchain, or a proof-of-stake algorithm, as with the Ethereum 2.0 blockchain. Instead, the XRP Ledger has something totally different. It relies on a setup called the Xrp Ledger Consensus Protocol to validate account balances and perform transactions. Compared to other types of blockchain consensus, the XRP Ledger Consensus Protocol stately boasts more efficiency. The XRP Ledger is maintained by independent participants. For each transaction to be successful, there should be an agreement, which is that consensus, among independent validators. Operating as a validator is an option for any entity, while proof-of-work blockchains produce blocks, which are compartmentalized segments of the overall chain that each includes certain information. The XRPL produces ledgers instead of blocks. So every ledger holds information such as data tying it to the former ledger in the chain, accounts totals, and more. Transactions and network alterations must achieve agreement from a certain number of validators. It's like kind of like a vote, right? So like for the network and the transactions to go through, all of those validators, you could just say people or institutions, kind of like, need to raise their hand and vote that, okay, this is genuine, that this makes sense. And if not, they don't get a majority vote, then the transaction fails. So it takes between 3 to 5 seconds for the XRP Ledger to confirm each block or ledger, completing transactions. This is comparatively much faster than Bitcoin's 10-minute block time. 3 seconds against 10 minutes. Big difference. Bitcoin was originally, its white paper in 2009 meant for Bitcoin to be a digital cash, it meant to be used for payments. And then Bitcoin, that had tons of flaws in it. And then they kind of changed the narrative as Bitcoin being a digital gold. No, you're not supposed to spend it or use it for payments. You're just supposed to hold on to it like gold. So now it seems to me that XRP has stepped up to the plate of what Bitcoin was originally intended to do and be a peer-to-peer decentralized crypto coin for payments specifically. So how does Ripplenet work? Speed is important in today's world. In the traditional institutional money transfer world, participants globally must interact with each other, essentially figuring out how to work with different systems that may or may not be easily compatible. With Ripplenet, Ripple essentially created a global network that broadly abides by a given framework and a group of parameters, making interactions among participants simpler, smoother, and more transparent while decreasing costs and transaction times. It's like music to your ears. It's everything you want to do. Okay, like I would love a more simpler, smoother, and more transparent and less costlier and faster times for sending money. So traditional centralized financial institutions can take days to complete transactions due to the different systems involved in the process. So this can make the current landscape slow, error-prone, costly, and can negatively impact the efficiency of a business transaction. So Ripplenet also boasts a feature known as on-demand liquidity, which removes the need for pre-funding when it comes to cross-border transactions. So how does ODL work, or on-demand liquidity? When one entity wants to send money to another across country lines, they may each have a different currency on hand. So one party may not desire to receive Canadian dollars if they reside in Sweden. So, for example, using XRP as a go-to in between for two different fiat pairs or two different currency pairs, Ripplenet's ODL, on-demand liquidity, can facilitate transactions with each side sending and receiving their native currency. So the traditional world of money transfer is out of date when it comes to the speed, efficiency, and cost of communication and data movement, the results of technological advancement. Ripple's solutions aim to eventually bring the global money transfer world up to speed. In the traditional world, as far as centralized financial institutions are concerned, sending money internationally can entail a lot of procedures. Transaction times and fees can vary, but generally remain relatively expensive and take a day or two for completion, with the sender bearing the cost of the transactions. So Ripplenet, on the other hand, decreases transaction times and costs, and that's what makes of a good product. Decreasing the amount of money it takes or the amount of time it takes, or making it safer. Those are the three things, and they're doing it. They're doing it. So Ripple versus other cross-border payment systems. So Ripple, it has no intermediaries needed. Automated clearinghouse facilitate transactions. So it's automated, Centralized finance. So the current systems, intermediaries in the form of clearinghouses, central banks, and insurance companies. So for Ripple, transactions take minutes, even seconds to complete. For centralized finance, it could take 1 to 2 business days. For Ripple, transactions cost less than a penny. For centralized finance or institutions, considerable transactions fees will apply, 0.5% to 1.5%, or fixed $25 or more. Big difference. We're talking about Ripple being 1,000 times cheaper. So transactions on Ripple are certain and they occur in real time and are standardized, while in centralized finance, transactions are uncertain and money cannot be tracked due to numerous intermediaries. So advantages and disadvantages of Ripple. There are positives and negatives to consider before deciding to choose. There are positives and negatives to consider before deciding to choose to use Ripple as an individual or a business organization. Advantages of Ripple. So Ripple aims to solve problems and create opportunities. Normally, people have to wait days for cross-border payments depending on the payment type and involved regions. Ripple Solutions looks to help reduce costs as well as increase speed and efficiency. Ripplenet also boasts numerous involved players, so the solution is not uncommon. According to the growing network phenomenon, the more companies from the traditional sector that join Ripple Solution, the greater the impact Ripple will make in the future. And that's called the flywheel. So that kind of thesis, the flywheel, is like, if I'm the only person in the world with a phone, the phone has no use to me. But the more people that have a phone in the world, the more people I can connect to, which makes the experience better. Or if I'm the only one on Facebook, there's no use for me for that. But if one of my friends joins, then another friend joins, and more people get on Facebook, there's more people I can connect with, more people I can meet or share interests or hobbies with. So that's what's called the flywheel. And those companies, called the network effect as well too, are the ones that blow up, huge companies, when they have the flywheel effect or the network effect. And that's what they're saying right here. So according to the growing network phenomenon, the more companies from the traditional sector that join Ripple's solution, the greater the impact Ripple will make in the future. So downsides of Ripple. Ripple is in a crowdfunded financial technology space, aspiring to establish itself as an alternative to Swift, the leader of the market. Changing the status quo in the traditional world can also be difficult, time-consuming, will ultimately require transitions and related education. Aside from Swift, Ripple has competitors within the crypto space like Stellar. Even though Ripple has the first mover advantages, it needs to stay ahead with its products and network growth. But Stellar is actually focused on speeding up the way money moves for people, so people to people, while Ripple is focused on speeding up the way money flows from institution to institution. So they're really not competing. They're working together there. So since the crypto sector is a new industry compared to traditional finance world, regulation has been unclear. Should the crypto space simply fall under existing traditional laws and guidelines? So yeah, the only thing downside of Ripple is we just need legal clarity. We need regulatory clarity. And for this lawsuit to wrap up, for XRP to be named a currency, and then now the banks have the green light to let this thing go. So that's the only downside. So what is Ripple? There is another article here. I know I've already gone for a long time. I might just run through this, skim it through real quick, but meet Ripple and XRP, cryptocurrency for banks. It's a cryptocurrency for banks. Ripple is a money transfer network designed to serve the needs of the financial services industry. XRP, a cryptocurrency tailored to work on the Ripple network, is consistently listed among the top 5 cryptocurrencies by market cap. Despite its ambitions, okay, so what is Ripple? Ripple is a payment settlement system and currency exchange network that can process transactions around the world. The idea is that Ripple serves as a trusted agent in between two parties in a transaction, as the network can quickly confirm that the exchange went through properly. Ripple can facilitate exchanges for a variety of fiat currencies and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, and even commodities like gold. Guys, we're talking all the money markets. In all markets, all the money, they can facilitate exchanges where you can convert anything into anything in seconds via Ripple's on-demand liquidity product utilizing XRP. So Ripple was designed from the very beginning to essentially be a replacement for Swift, a leading money transfer network. And we know that Swift processes $5 trillion a day and a quadrillion dollars for the year. So they're designed from the very beginning to essentially be a replacement for that, or to otherwise replace the settlement layer between major financial institutions. Whenever users make a transaction using the network deducts a small amount of XRP as a fee. So that XRP, whenever a transaction is going through the network, it gets burned. So kind of like how Ethereum went through that upgrade recently. I think it was the London or Alonzo hard fork. I think it was London. But then they burn a little bit of Ethereum, making Ethereum more scarce. So XRP was doing this from the jump. Every time a transaction is sent, a small amount of XRP is burned, and now the supply is getting less and less and less. So that's a deflationary currency instead of an inflationary currency like the US dollar, keep printing more. These currencies, cryptocurrencies that we hold, are deflationary, and that's the key. So the standard fee to conduct transactions on Ripple is set to 0.00001 XRP, which is minimal compared to the large fees charged by banks for conducting cross-border payments. As of late April 2021, the XRP, okay. So the XRP price was $1.38 per token, meaning the transaction fee works out to just be around 0.0000138 of a fee. We're talking thousandths of a penny. So what is XRP? We already started to go into this. I don't think I need to go into this anymore there. How to mine XRP. This is important. So mining is a distributed verification system used by most blockchain-based cryptocurrencies. It both facilitates transactions and provides the mechanism by which new currency is introduced into a cryptocurrency system, typically as a reward to verifiers for their work supporting the network. So for example, Bitcoin has a total supply limit of 21 million tokens that are steadily released as more and more transactions are verified. XRP, in contrast, was pre-mined, meaning that Xrp Ledger created 100 billion tokens that are then periodically released publicly. So instead of having to mine it and have, those new coins being issued on the network, the XRP was already pre-mined. So all the 100 billion tokens are out there. And then Ripple owns about 6% of that as an incentive for it to help the cryptocurrency grow and be successful over time. Another approximately 48% of the XRP out there are held in a reserve for regular release into the market through sales. So the Ripple holds about 54% of the whole XRP supply, and they're regularly selling them to institutions that are looking to utilize XRP within their systems. So understandably, this has led to concerns that a lot of XRP could be released at once, diluting the value of other XRP already in circulation, because part of what gives any currency its value is its comparative scarcity. So the company has tried to reduce the uncertainty by implementing several mechanisms, trust, predictable release, etc., and that mining versus pre-mining distinction may also be a reason for its conflict with the SEC, as the SEC may think of XRP as less as a currency and more as security, like a stock that is governed by different stricter regulation. So Ripple advantage is fast settlement. Transaction confirmations are incredibly fast. This is on Forbes too. They generally take 4 to 5 seconds compared to days that it may take banks to complete a wire transfer, or the minutes or potentially hours it takes for Bitcoin transactions to be verified. Very low fees. The cost to complete a transaction on the Ripple network is just 0.001 XRP, a small fraction of a penny at current rates. Versatile exchange network. The Ripple network not only processes transactions using XRP, but it can also be used for other fiat currency, cryptocurrencies, and commodities: oil, silver, gold, copper, uranium, anything, you name it, corn, wheat, commodities, cryptocurrencies, any fiat government-backed currency. All the money. Used by large financial institutions, large enterprises can also use Ripple as a transaction platform. Santander, Axis Bank, and Yes Bank are a few using this network, demonstrating it already has a larger institutional market adoption than most cryptocurrencies. And that's why I'm so big on XRP, and I want you guys to get in it, because it is such a steal right now, being at $1.20, and it already has a larger institutional market adoption than most cryptocurrencies out there. So Ripple disadvantages. So we already went over that, how you can use it. So you can use XRP like any other digital currency, either for transactions or as a potential investment. You could also use the Ripple network to process other types of transactions, like foreign exchange currencies. And then, for example, if you're looking to swap USD for euros, you could first exchange your USD for XRP on the Ripple network and then use those to buy euros rather than handling the currency exchange directly through a bank or money changing exchange. This can be a much faster and cheaper approach versus paying the high fees banks and money remittance organizations may charge. And then, yeah, so that was that. And then this was that RippleX platform, one of their services, hyper accelerating the Internet of Value, developed on the world's fastest, most sustainable, and consistently reliable public blockchains, the Xrp Ledger. Talks about all this stuff, all the same stuff we kind of did here. Let's see here. So a couple products I wanted to go over that they have. First, let me start with Coil. So micropayments. So like in-game payments, where maybe you're like, it's only 10 cents of a transaction, or maybe you didn't want to, when like I forget, the New York Times or the Washington Post, if you go to click on an article, it says you have to sign up for a subscription. But what if I just wanted to pay to just 10 cents to just look at that article, and I don't want to pay the $5 for the year to get all that? So that would be through something like Coil via XRP through micropayments. That is one of Ripple's products. In-game payments, stuff like that. Then they have the Interledger. So Interledger is an open protocol that connects siloed payment networks so that value can be exchanged seamlessly. So like where PayPal can, or like why can't we send a Venmo from our Venmo account just right to our Bank of America account or somebody else's bank account? Or why can't I PayPal directly to, my bank app or somebody else's bank app, or Venmo to PayPal, something like that? So Interledger is an open protocol that Ripple developed that will connect these different payment networks together so that the value can be exchanged seamlessly. So there's all these walled gardens. Interledger is connecting them all together via XRP, and then you'll be able to seamlessly swap any sorts of value with anything else. So RippleX helps build and maintain the Java connector. So we'll explore Interledger real quick. So Interledger, an open and inclusive payments network that puts humanity first. The Interledger Foundation and its community are building pathways to financial access and opportunities across the world, connecting humanity in a new way. Interledger is working towards a more equitable and creative global society through an open payments network in which anyone can seamlessly earn, share, buy, sell, trade with anyone else in the world. To drive this vision forward, we will connect a powerful community of web advocates and leaders, see that. Platforms using Interledger technology, spicing up on video creation, sharing, and monetizing. Grant for the web. So Grant for the web is $100 fund. Yep. Okay. We can move on from that. Let's look at our work. Maybe a little more about that. Open payment. So we are creating a single open global payment network that connects everyone. Interledger provides an open, frictionless, and currency agnostic method for transferring very small amounts of money, typically referred to as micropayments. This open network allows anyone to transfer money across currencies and ledgers, resulting in the potential rebalancing of our global payment systems. Crazy stuff here. So monetization is a way of streaming small payments, micropayments to creators for the content you read, watch, listen, and stream online. Web monetization is an alternative revenue model for the web, allowing creators to earn revenue from users without requiring subscriptions, third-party platforms, or reliance on advertising. All of this enables a faster, cleaner, and less invasive browsing experience. All right. So the Mojaloop Foundation is a Bill Gates company providing financial services to underdeveloped nations, and they are partnered with Ripple to do that. That's just a little tidbit there. And now let me go into the final thing, which was PayString. So PayString is an open protocol that simplifies payments across different networks with a universal payment identifier. RippleX is proud to be a member of the Open Payments Coalition, a group of companies and nonprofits that collaborated to develop and launch PayString. So it's a universal payment identifier. So we're looking for universal standards. So the Interledger, ISO 222 standard, and now this PayString, like we're talking about universal standards. And basically XRP is a universal currency or a world currency where you can, convert it into anything you want. It's not tied to any government. It's a free currency out there, digital, that can be swapped into anything. Commodities, stocks, different currencies, different cryptocurrencies. It's really crazy what we're in right now. So a better way for users to send and receive payments. So open source, better UX. Let's look at that. So integrate into your app in minutes. So discover what's being used. Let's see here. So supported by leading institutions. Be a part of the community. So you got Huobi, BitGo, GoPay, Blockchain.com, Bread, Brave Browser, Coins.ph, Flutterwave. That's a Bill Gates company as well too. Then you have, so who uses PayString? Companies that use PayString and support bringing its vision to life. Founding members. So we got all of these: Crypto.com, GoPay, Huobi, Liquid, SC Ventures, Wire, BitTrue. You got Coil, Atomic, CipherTrace, CoinMe, that ATM thing, D-Money, Forte, that's a gaming platform via Ripple XRP, Global ID, Mercury FX, GateHub, Polysign, Uphold, Ripple. So they're all using PayString. So let me go to that video on it. So let me actually just move on to this. But first of all, when we're talking about the scalability of how much, can be sent on the XRP network. So we're talking about it can handle 1,500 transactions per second and can actually do 65,000 transactions per second, and the same throughput as Visa. Actually, one of the creators of the XRP Ledger and Interledger, so this was May of 2018, he said that this happened because payment technology wasn't ready, but it is now. With the technologies we've helped build, Ripple, XRP, and Interledger, we can process trillions of transactions per second without any central authority. Using this tech, Coil's first product will be a flat rate subscription for consumers. So Ripple, XRP, the Interledger, Coil, everything that I showed you can handle trillions of transactions per second without any central authority, meaning it's the fastest blockchain and crypto out there. So that's a tidbit. And then to end this off, we're going to watch this video, how Ripple is shaking up the money transfer space. This was June 18th of 2020, where Ripple was named in the top 50 disruptors list of CNBC. So let's watch that now.
Well, it is that time of year again. CNBC is out with our Disruptor 50, a list of 50 companies shaking up their industry and reforming the way they operate. Number 28 on this year's list is no stranger to our Fast Money crypto audience. Ripple making its debut on the Disruptor 50 list. CEO Brad Garlinghouse joins us now. Brad, great to see you again. Welcome back to Fast Money.
Thank you for having me. It's great to see you again, despite the weird times.
Yeah, very strange times indeed. On this day that you debut on the Disruptor 50 list, you're also making an announcement yourself in terms of your backing of PayID. Can you explain what this is and why this sort of simplifies how crypto had transferred money in the past?
Absolutely. So at its core, Ripple has been all about enabling what we call an internet of value. Let's make all of these different networks that really don't talk to each other interoperable. We've all had the experience where, when you ask a friend, you say, hey, I need to pay you money. Are you on Venmo? Are you on PayPal? Or outside the United States, maybe Alipay or PayU. Isn't it funny, when I ask somebody for a phone number, I don't say, are you on AT&T? Are you on Verizon? I just get their phone number. The idea behind PayID is to simplify the ability to send someone money the same way, to make it easy as sending an email. I don't ask someone, are you on Google or Yahoo? I just send an email. And so PayID enables, whether you're a large bank, or I'll use a very successful regional bank in Chicago called Byline Bank. If you're an account holder there and I want to send you money, it should be as easy as typing Brad $Garlinghouse, and whether it's resolving to a Byline Bank or to Bitcoin. All of those naming infrastructure can be much simplified and interoperable.
I want to try and understand more what and who this disrupts. So who do you see as the main user of this sort of technology? Is it consumer to consumer money transfer, or ultimately could it be a company paying another company for, buying a unit of theirs, for instance, or inventory, or how big could this be?
Well, so let me start by saying something about the word disruption in that sentence. I actually don't look at this. We're thrilled and honored to be on the disruptor list. I think disruptor, particularly in Silicon Valley, can be a word that's kind of overused. That it worked for Uber, it worked for some, but I think to some degree, it's not about move fast and break stuff. It's about building. It's about partnering and enabling. So when I think about what PayID is doing, and really when I think about what Ripple's doing overall, how do we partner with the industry and make it more efficient? How do we make it better for consumers? How do we make it better for small businesses? What we're seeing with PayID is not that it's going to disrupt a bank or disrupt a payment provider. It's going to make them more efficient. It's going to reduce friction. It's going to make it easier for consumers, for small businesses. And if we can reduce the friction of payments, we actually can unlock a lot of things we don't really think about. Micropayments. There's a whole bunch of kind of almost science fiction, Blade Runner kind of examples that if the friction of a payment can go to zero, it's going to make all of our lives a lot simpler, a lot better. It's going to bring people into the financial community that are either underbanked or unbanked.
All right. Brad, we're going to leave it there, but it's always great to speak with you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Brad Garlinghouse. You can find the full Disruptor 50 list at cnbc.com. Again, that was Ripple, which of course you might know XRP, the cryptocurrency. Karen, what do you, this Ripple, a lot of Ripple's customers are in fact banks, so this is not necessarily a disruption to the banks, but he makes a good point in terms of removing that friction of transaction.
Right. Well, that makes sense. I guess I think of this as more evolution than disruption. But I'm also wondering, sort of on a related note, about in this post-COVID world, people are probably going to want to use cash, physical cash, a lot less, and have touchless interactions. And I wonder if that will improve the adoption more quickly of some of these other payments.
Big stuff here, guys. So that was the Ripple deep dive, XRP deep dive for the day. If you like this and you want me to do more of this, send some love in the Discord. Let me know. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next one where we're going to cover H-bar Hedera hash graph.